The former president of the Republic of Kenya, UHURU Kenyatta, has found himself in yet another big problem, and this is after top ODM leader RAILA Odinga continuing to insist that UHURU Kenyatta is the one who advised him and encouraged him and insisted that he join William Samoei Ruto through the broad-based government. This has ended up making Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta look like the traitor, look like the person who made the Gen Z movement lose its strength, because how is he preying on both sides? How is he the one who advised RAILA Odinga to join William Samoei Ruto? And yet again, he's the same person who, some few months ago, he was advising Gen Zs that they should go to the streets and fight for their rights. Nikubaya. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another interesting video where we are going to be talking about something that ODM leader RAILA Odinga revealed during an interview that happened yesterday between RAILA Odinga and a national TV station, that is NTV. So on 20th July, RAILA Odinga did an interview with NTV. We all know the station. And one question was posed to him. He was asked if he is so much dissatisfied with how the the Ruto regime is running the country, why is he still in power? Why is he still in the broad-based government? The other question was, how did he end up joining the government while some few months before he joined the government, he was anti-Ruto, he was anti-government. He had even sworn numerous times that under no circumstances would he dine with in one table with William Samoei Ruto. And then some few months ago, they were seen talking together, sitting together, laughing together. And the ordinary mwananchi who was on the streets demonstrating after RAILA Odinga had instructed to tokee maandamano, twende Jacaranda, the ordinary mwananchi was the one who was left outside suffering. So it seems like RAILA Odinga has this tactic of doing everything possible to remove the blame from himself. A lot of Kenyans blamed him for making the Gen Z movement lose its value, its energy, its strength, because it happened when Gen Zs were planning the mother of all demonstrations. And during the week, we all remember last year, 2024, I hope you can remember this. Around that period is the time when RAILA Odinga joined the government. And a lot of Kenyans blamed him, saying that he took advantage of the blood of Gen Zs, which was spilled, Gen Zs who lost their lives. He took advantage of that to get his people in power, through the political shakeup which was caused by the demonstrations. Gen Zs made even the president rearrange his cabinet, and during that time, RAILA Odinga, a number of his principles, of Azimio principles, Azimio politicians, were put in the cabinet. So a lot of Kenyans ended up seeing RAILA Odinga as this person who, after joining the government, now doesn't see any value in protesting. RAILA Odinga, he himself, advised Kenyans that they should not protest, and instead they should now give the government time to work, because the people who were so much saying that the government needs to do this and this were now in power, Akina John Mbadi. So RAILA Odinga advised that people should give them time so that they can deliver and help the Ruto regime deliver what it promised Kenyans. So because of that, Gen Zs from, let's say, the rural, western, Nyanza, all those regions felt no need to protest, and that resulted to the mother of all demonstrations flopping. No demonstrations happened. Okay, they happened, but they were not as huge as it was expected. And since that day, we have seen in some areas where protest usually happens a lot, those areas nowadays are not protesting, including Kisumu. So a lot of Kenyans have seen Raila Odinga as a traitor, and it resulted to Raila Odinga even being heckled. In the coming weeks, he was heckled. He was at some point even referred to, like you all remember this time that I'm talking about. But after Raila Odinga getting in power and seeing how everything is going, he has now come out to say that he is not the one who wanted to go in power, that it is UHURU Kenyatta who advised him to do that. So what this is doing is Raila Odinga is removing the blame from himself. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you stay with me to the end. This is Duffy Updates, your number one and only channel that brings you real news, non-biased updates. You can join us by clicking the subscribe button under this video. It's free of charge, and you will have helped in a long course of joining the 100,000 subscribers. With your support and your determination and the patience that we all have, we are going to achieve that dream of 100,000 subscribers. So if you have already subscribed, thank you. You can also give this video a thumbs up or a like button, and finally click the notification icon on. Special thanks to all the returning subscribers. We appreciate each and every single one of you. We don't take your support for granted. So with those many remarks, let us continue with the update, and I'll be taking you through what Raila Odinga actually said and revealed, so that we can understand the complexity of this thing. So first of all, I'll begin by sharing my screen with you. My screen, pardon. I'll begin by sharing my screen with you, and by now you should be seeing what I'm seeing. So you see, courtesy of Kenyans.co.ke. After Raila Odinga spoke about Uhuru, now these are the details. How Uhuru brokered Raila Ruto's broad-based government. You know, brokering is like being the middleman. So it is believed Uhuru Kenyatta was the middleman between William Ruto and Raila Odinga. So he brokered. So former President Uhuru Kenyatta brokered broad-based government, ODM's Raila Odinga reveals. So Raila Odinga is the one who revealed this, and I've mentioned this a number of times. This is now making Uhuru Kenyatta look like he is playing both sides. At one side, he is telling the people of Mount Kenya they made a problem by electing William Samoei Ruto. They made a mistake. At one side, he is telling Gen Zs, go out and protest. You need to fight for your country. You should not get afraid or be threatened. And on the other side, he is telling Raila Odinga, join power, join the government so that this protest can end. You need to help William Ruto. So on which side is he actually at? So ODM party leader Raila Odinga has revealed that former President Uhuru Kenyatta was the mastermind behind the broad-based government. In an interview with NTV on Sunday, that was yesterday, July 20th, Odinga revealed that Kenyatta, who was in the US at the time, had called him to encourage him to initiate talks with the head of state in order to de-escalate the political tensions in the country. In the political tensions the country was experiencing amid the anti-finance bill protest last year. So Raila Odinga reveals that when this was happening, Uhuru Kenyatta was in the United States, and he received a phone call. Uhuru Kenyatta advising that Raila Odinga should join the government to de-escalate the political tensions which were in the country during that time because of the anti-finance bill protest. According to Odinga, the political tensions in the country led the president to look for him and engage in discussions. These are the words, and I quote, "In that charged environment, one of my colleagues, former President Uhuru Kenyatta, called me. He was in the United States and suggested that although he knows I don't want to talk to Ruto," I want you to listen this very carefully. "Although he knows I don't want to talk to Ruto, in the interest of the country, I need to find a way of talking to him." End of quote, Odinga said. So Odinga continues to make himself look very clean by saying that he even never wanted to talk to William Samoei Ruto, and it is because of Uhuru Kenyatta that Raila ended up even speaking to Ruto, because he was not even in a position to want any discussions with William Samoei Ruto. So because of the advice from Uhuru and the love for his country, Raila Odinga had nothing else to do than to negotiate and get into talks with President William Samoei Ruto. So I also revealed to you that when this was happening, it is said that Uhuru Kenyatta was in the United States. So he continued, I did not even have to look for Ruto. He asked to come and see me and we agreed that we should talk. Odinga continues to get the blame out of him by saying that after Uhuru Kenyatta advised him that he should talk to Ruto, he is not even the one who went to look for Ruto. Ruto actually started the discussions. He is the one who looked for Raila. So when all this is happening, Raila Odinga is just seated doing nothing, listening to Uhuru Kenyatta on one side, then on the other side, like things are just playing out. That's according to Raila Odinga. According to Odinga, despite him and his opposition colleagues in Azimio strongly opposing the idea of joining forces with the government, his ODM party deemed it appropriate to send experts to the cabinet who would help resolve the country's recurring economic and social issues. So Raila Odinga continues to show how pure he is by revealing that even his fellow ODM counterparts were against this idea. And they resulted that if they have to join the government, they need to help the government solve the issues of the common mwananchi. How are they going to do that? By sending experts. So experts are akina nani? Akina John Mbadi. Even they are named here. The ODM affiliated experts include former Mombasa Governor Ali Hassan Joho. There is Wycliffe Oparanya, there is Opiyo Wandayi, John Mbadi and Beatrice Askuru, who are named cabinet secretaries. So hao ndo ma expert who are supposed to help this government solve the issues of the common mwananchi which were making them protest during that time. He continued by saying, we tried to consult among ourselves as Azimio if we could find a way of participating in a broad-based government. I myself was against it. Raila Odinga continues to say that he was against the whole idea of joining the government. And my other colleagues also. But then eventually the group within the party, within my party, felt that the stalemate we had required that some experts who were not part of the Kenya Kwanza regime can go into government and see how they can help steady the ship and come up with new ideas to deal with the issues in contention. End of quote. Earlier this year in March, the former Prime Minister and the President penned a memorandum of understanding, that is an MOU, that will see the ODM and the ruling party UDA work together. So Raila Odinga has washed his hands and revealed that he is no way responsible for betraying Kenyans, for joining the government, and that everything that is happening was as a result of Uhuru Kenyatta's advice and William Samoei Ruto's acceptance of them, even going to look for them to join hands. So after these comments from Raila Odinga, a lot of people are asking questions, because now Raila Odinga and his broad-based government have been in the same MOU for about an year, and most of the things that they discussed are not working out. The experts who are sent into government, they don't seem to be doing anything special than the other CSs were doing. They have not yet solved the issues which they had promised they were going to solve. Raila Odinga's government joined the broad-based government so that Gen Zs wangeacha kuuliwa kwenye mitaa, so that Those who are affected will be compensated. Those things have not yet happened. So a question was asked, why is Raila Odinga and his people still in the broad-based government? So Raila Odinga, the key agreements reached between the two leaders are the full implementation of the NADCO report addressing youth unemployment and the implementations of the two-thirds gender rule. So he continued and revealed that they are supposed to be in the MOU according to what they agreed. They are supposed to give William Samoei Ruto a smooth time in running the government until 2027. So what this means is, under no circumstances are the ODM people accepted to go out of the MOU, even if the government does not implement what they agreed. They have to stay to power in the broad-based government until 2027, because the MOU says that during this period is when the Ruto regime has been given the chance to satisfy those requirements which were given above. So William Samoei Ruto has up to 2027 to compensate those who are affected maybe during protest. William Ruto has until 2027 to stop kuua vijana wa Gen Z kwenye maandamano. So I hope you know what this means. Hata kuende aje hautamuona Raila Odinga akitoka nje ya serikali mpaka 2027. So he went ahead and revealed, we have said that we are in the broad-based government until 2027. We did not say that we are going to work with UDA beyond 2027. Those are issues that we will discuss at the appropriate time. So after this, different people came out and bashed Raila Odinga and told him if he wants to remove the blame, he should not put Uhuru Kenyatta there. So for example, Cornelius Kariuki Rono said, sema tu ni tumbo ilikupeleka kwa Ruto, wachana na Uhuru Kenyatta. Another person, Jeremiah Kioni, went ahead and say, I do not agree with what Raila said, that he supposedly spoke with Uhuru Kenyatta and that's why he sent ODM experts to the government. If he always wanted to join Ruto's government, that's his issue, but he should not involve Uhuru Kenyatta or the Jubilee Party in the decision. Don't blame us for joining the government. That was Jeremiah Kioni. So what do you think? I'd like to hear your thoughts and what you think about all these things that are happening here in Kenya. Kindly, before you leave, join us by subscribing to this YouTube channel. Also, click the notification icon on and give this video a thumbs up. Bye bye.